Is it still possible to build a successful e-commerce business using the dropshipping model in 2017? Is there a guaranteed way to build a six-figure e-commerce business that will last for 10 years and beyond? What if I tell you there is a proven system that anyone can follow to build a $100,000 plus per year e-commerce business in 12 months or less? Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nick Chow, founder of multiple multinational and multi-million-dollar companies, including Everlasting Footprint, Easy TV Money, NicholasChow.com, 631 Marketing, and Adina Montessori. After helping 31 clients build their successful e-commerce business in the past 2 years, I've distilled everything that I've learned in a free 3-part video course, 10 steps to build a six-figure e-commerce business in 12 months. I will share step-by-step instructions on how you can copy my client successes and build your own e-commerce success in 12 months. You'll have full access to worksheets, templates, training videos, and see real-world e-commerce companies. If you have been following my work for a little bit, you will know that I often share valuable information for free with my blog readers and newsletter subscribers. You'll never need to buy anything from me to implement what I teach. The same goes with this video course. You don't need to purchase any additional products or services from me to build your e-commerce business. I just love to share with the world what I learned, and it truly brings joy and happiness. I recommend that you reserve about 45 minutes for today's part 1 of the course. Let's find a quiet place, grab a pen and a piece of paper, and get started. Okay, here are the 10 steps. Step 1, select a niche. Step 2, understand your niche through keyword research. Step 3, evaluate earning potential through market analysis. Step 4, understand competition through detailed competitive analysis. Step 5, define your customers through a customer avatar. Step 6, define your brand. Step 7, set up your basic Shopify store. Step 8, design your e-commerce site and add important features. Step 9, select your front-end products through marketing tests. Step 10, launch full-scale marketing to grow your e-commerce business. Now let me give you some background information about this video course. It is based on the dropshipping model integrated with AliExpress. And product will be shipped from AliExpress directly to your customers. And you will never need to touch any products. On the receipts to the customers, it will show that the products are shipped from your company, not AliExpress. And both you and your customers can track orders in real time. What I'm teaching here is based on my hands-on experience of helping dozens of my coaching clients build highly successful e-commerce businesses in the past 2 years. You'll get detailed worksheets, templates, training videos, and real-world examples. And there will be absolutely no BS and just plain old good stuff. Okay, now let's talk about step 1. Select a niche. Selecting a good niche is critical. It can make or break your e-commerce business, or any business for that matter. The goal for this step is to identify a niche that meets the following important requirements. It should be a niche that you are passionate about, or at least interested in. And it should be a niche that has a relatively large inventory of products in AliExpress. There should be many companies that are making money in the country or countries you want to target. And you should have a good chance of beating at least 20% of your competitors. And for this step, we're going to use a worksheet. To view and download this worksheet, please visit the link on your screen. We'll come back to this spreadsheet in just a little bit. Now let's look at the 4 sub-steps in step 1. Select a niche. Step 1A, go through all product categories and subcategories in AliExpress and select 3 niches you're most interested in. This is aliexpress.com. Once you're on the home page, go to See All. Here you can see all the product categories and subcategories. So literally, I invite you to go through all the categories and subcategories and select 3 that you're most interested in. So for example, women's clothing and accessories could be the niche you'll select, or can be a subcategory of this category. For example, maybe bodysuits, jumpsuits, or sweaters. Now here, I'd like to define what I mean by you're most interested in. Now in theory, we can build an e-commerce business in hundreds of niches. But what is crucial is that we pick a niche that we're passionate about, or at least interested in. Now the truth is, building an e-commerce business is hard, especially if you want this business to be a long-term income. You can hit many roadblocks along the way, but one thing that's going to make this a lot easier is if you're passionate about a business you're in. If you're not passionate, you're going to give up the second you hit a roadblock that seems almost impossible to overcome. But as I have mentioned in many of my videos before, no matter how hard it seems to be, there is always a solution. So spend some time to figure out where your passion is, and then hopefully building a business surrounding that passion. Once you have identified the 3 niches that you're most interested in, then please fill out the 3 tabs in the worksheet. So you would put in niche name, your level of interest, and also the numbers of products in each of those price brackets. I'll explain a little more about this in a few minutes. Now again, each product category or subcategory on AliExpress can be a niche. And you would rate each niche from 1 to 10 for your level of interest, with 1 being your least interested niche and 10 be your most interested niche. Now your interest level in a niche should be at least 7. Step 1B is for each niche, make sure that there are at least 50 products for each different price point on AliExpress. This is for upselling opportunities down the road. An example of different price points could be 1 cent to $10, $10.01 to $25, then $25.01 to $50, then to $200 and $200 and above. For example, if I've selected luggage and travel bags as my potential niche, over here you can enter minimum price and maximum price. Let's see if you want to find out how many products are between $50 and $200. So you can see there are about 4,612 products on AliExpress within this price range. So you would enter that number into this cell. The purpose of this is to make sure that AliExpress has enough products for us to promote for the different price brackets for upselling opportunities down the road. We'll talk more about that when it comes to marketing our e-commerce business. Step 1C, for each qualifying niche, we're going to find the top 30 direct competitors and their key metrics. So what is a top direct competitor? It is any e-commerce business that sells exactly what you want to sell, and their Alexa global rank should be lower than 1 millionth. Alexa global rank measures the popularity of a website. And the lower it is, the more traffic the site gets. And you can check it at alexa.com. And here's the process to identify your top direct competitors. Just go to Google in the country or countries that you want to target and search for by keywords. The XXXXX here is just any keywords that your potential customers are going to search for in Google. Let's say you've picked the luggage and travel bags as your potential niche. What you're going to do is find out some of the keywords that your customers are going to search for. The first one that I can think of is luggage. Here are some important notes for selecting your top direct competitors. Number one, do not include general retailers such as Amazon, Walmart, Target, and Overstock that sell pretty much everything. I assume you're not trying to be an everything store like Amazon. Two, do not include competitors that have many more product categories than you ever want to include your store. For example, if you only sell cell phone cases, you should not include Best Buy as your competitor because Best Buy sells all kinds of electronics and accessories, including cell phone cases. So Best Buy is not your direct competitor. We're not including Best Buy not because we can't compete with them, but because they offer a much wider product selection. Number three, do not include manufacturers. For example, if you sell sneakers, you should not include Nike as a competitor because they are a manufacturer, not an e-commerce business. Let me demonstrate. Go to Google. And here I'm going to assume that the first main country on the target is the US. So I'm using the US version of google.com. So I'm going to enter by luggage. And you can even look at some of the paid results as well. So I'm going to click on them, the new tab. Nordstrom, I should not open it, not because I think they're too intimidating and that I cannot compete with them. It is because they sell more than just luggages. They have a much wider product selection. So that's why they're not our top direct competitor, and we should not bother to open it. Same thing with Overstock. Of course, we should not consider those local businesses as our top direct competitors either. Now, consumerreports.com, I know they're more of an information business, so not our competitor. Yelp, they review websites, so not a competitor. Macy's.com, it's a general retailer, not a competitor. Neither is Target. Okay, I'm going to skip those until I find one that I think is a competitor. This looks like a blog, so not a competitor. Best Buy, again, they sell many more products than just luggage and travel bags, not a competitor. eBags, we already opened it at the beginning of this page. So let's keep going. TripAdvisor, not a competitor because they recommend local interests for travelers, not an e-commerce business. Zappos, they're mostly a show e-commerce business, so not a top direct competitor. JCPenney, general retailer, not a competitor. Tumi, actually I've never heard of it, so I'm going to click on it. Okay, that's all for the first page. The second page, Best Buy, not a competitor. Time Out, not a competitor. Kohl's, not a competitor. Racked.com, I have no idea what kind of business this is. I'm going to open it. Amazon, a general retailer, not a competitor. SamanthaBrown.com, it sounds like a personal blog, but I'm going to open it just to make sure. Luggage on Tour, that sounds interesting. Flight Frontier, oh, that's an airline, obviously not a competitor. This is a blog, but it's a blog for Sherman's Travel. So I have no idea what that is. I'm going to open it. Braille Luggage, that might be a manufacturer. Let's open it. Nordstrom, not a competitor. GoWorld.shop, that's interesting. I'm going to open it. All right, let's go to the third page, but let's look at what we already have here. eBags. Okay, usually the first thing that I do is I click on the home page and look at the About Us section, about eBags. So you can have a very quick understanding of what this business is about. Okay, let's spend a few minutes, read this. Okay, it seems like they are an online luggage retailer. It is indeed an e-commerce business. So with that in mind, next, let's check what they sell. Luggage, backpacks, travel accessories. As you can see here, they actually expanded to other categories like wallets, watches, but this is usually what successful e-commerce business do. They started with much smaller selection of products, then they expanded to other related categories to scale up their business. Next, we need to make sure that their Alexa global rank is below 1 millionth. What we do is we go to alexa.com. You actually don't need to buy anything from Alexa to get the information. So we're going to enter ebags.com. The Alexa global rank for ebags.com is 13,472, which is much lower than 1 millionth. This is an extremely popular website. So this is definitely a top direct competitor. So what we'll do here is you go to the worksheet we looked at earlier, then enter the information that we just found. The domain name would be ebags.com. The Alexa global rank is 13,472. For the estimated number of products, go to the home page again and basically just find an easy way to count the total number of products on their store. So for this one, I would probably just go to luggage and go to all luggage and just roughly count how many products they have. As you can see here, they say there are 3,637 items under luggage. Then we'll do the same thing for backpacks. Get all backpacks and see how many products they have. They have 2,376. Okay, we'll do this for all the categories. We should have an estimate number of the total products listed on their store. The next important metric is competitiveness score. A competitiveness score is a score to measure the competitiveness of a competitor. The more advantages a competitor has, the more competitive it is in general. It is a score from 1 to 10, with 10 being the most competitive. I know this is a really hard decision to make. We look at a brand new e-commerce business that we have never seen before. So I just encourage you to use your intuition. So here are some of the advantages you can consider while you evaluate the competitiveness of your competitors. A low Alexa global rank, a large inventory, a professionally designed user-friendly website, a sophisticated search filter, a blog of a large number of high-quality articles, affiliate program, physical retail stores, manufacture their own products with their own brands, worldwide shipping, multiple currencies, accreditation and awards, well-established brands, professionally written and designed newsletters, a print catalog, a print or digital magazine, fast shipping, large following on social media, phone support, free shipping, live chat, and a wish list. In the worksheet, I actually shared some of my notes for a coaching client. So these are my real comments on the top direct competitors that my client has identified. Just read through these comments, and they can give you a sense of what kind of advantages that we should look for in a top direct competitor. Now let's look at the advantages for ebags.com. Now, number one, they have a very low traffic rank, 13,000. So that's definitely one of the biggest advantages they have. Let's go to the About Us page again to see if there are other advantages that we can get from their About Us page. This started in 1998, almost 20 years ago. That would be a good advantage. They mentioned that they have sold over 29 million bags. That's a lot of bags. Another big advantage. Then, of course, here it says it's now a subsidiary of Samsonite International. Definitely a huge plus, as Samsonite has great brand recognition. At the bottom of the page, they mention they have over 3.4 million reviews, 29 million bags sold, and number one online bag retailer since 1999. We already talked about the long history of the company and many bags sold, over 3.5 million reviews. That would be a good advantage. They also offer free shipping over $49, easy returns. That's probably too generic, but we can still include it. 5% back in rewards dollars on every order. That would be a good advantage. They have live chat. They offer apps on App Store and Google Play Store. And they offer a newsletter, as you can see here. They're also on social media, but let's see if they have a large following. We're going to quickly open those. As you can see, they have a referral program. You can get $10 another one that I would include. So their Facebook page has almost 250,000 fans. That's definitely a big advantage. They post content pretty frequently. The last post was about 22 hours ago. The Twitter account has over 16,000 followers, not too bad. The Pinterest has about 13,000, not bad at all. Instagram, 17,000, that's pretty good. Okay, let's see what else we can have. Overall, the website is professionally designed. The categories here are very clear. It's very easy for people to find what they're looking for. Luggage by category, by size, by different features, and also by brand. And interesting, I just noticed that they actually have their own brand called eBags. You can shop by gender and even for kids. And over here you can see that they offer shipping to other countries as well. You can select probably at least over 100 countries. So that's definitely a huge plus. Looks like you can also select other currencies as well. So these are all outstanding advantages that we have to recognize. You can see here they have a huge selection of brands. So that's a big advantage. In the bottom it says they offer eBags gift cards. So that's a good advantage. What else we have? Buyer guides. I think that's probably their blog. Actually, this is a different section. 20 packing essentials. So buyer guides are really just links to different products on their store. So, okay. So now let's revisit their blog. I want to see how impressive their blog is. The first metric is how many blog posts they actually have on their site. So last one was on June 15th, and today is June 24th, so about 9 days ago. June 8th, June 1st. So it looks like they post one article every week. Very consistent. They have a total of 12 pages. We can count how many articles per page. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 times 12, that's 120 blog posts potentially. Let's see if they have more. So that's it. So they have 120 blog articles. And then really, they only start blogging on April 30th, 2016. That's just a little bit over 1 year ago. Okay, 120 blog posts, that's a lot of content. Definitely a huge competitive advantage. I think that we have identified all the big and small competitive advantages ebags.com has. Enter all those into the notes section so that we can use those advantages to come up with the competitiveness score. Based on what we have seen so far, I would definitely give ebags.com a score of 9 or even 10. Now let's evaluate a few more websites to see whether there are top direct competitors. The second website that I found is geniuspack.com. Go to their About page. Now this looks like a manufacturer of luggage, not an e-commerce business, even though they do sell their products online. And Genius Pack is their brand name. In my definition, this is not our top direct competitor. We're not manufacturing luggage, we're only selling them online. So we're going to ignore this one and go to the next one. Tumi, of course, it's a very famous brand. It's a manufacturer, not a top direct competitor. So close this. Wrecked, New York. Seems like a local store. I have no idea what this is. Okay, seems like it's a travel blog. Okay, not a competitor. Let's close this. Samantha Brown also looks like a blogger. Let's take a look here. Go to homepage, official website of World Traveler and Television Host. Okay, not a competitor. Okay, luggageontour.com. Let's go to the homepage. Reviews. Okay, so this looks like a review website slash blog, not a competitor. Sherman's Travel. Let's go to the homepage. Handpicked deals, expert advice. So it looks like a travel deals website or maybe a blog. Let's go to About Us. Leading publisher of top travel deals. Okay, definitely not a competitor. Brio Luggage. Let's see if this is a manufacturer or an e-commerce business. Let's go to About Us. Okay, this might be a competitor. Let's take a look. Top 4, top brand connection, more categories. So it looks like they only have a small collection of products. Let's look at their catalog. It seems like Brio Luggage is a brand, but I don't know if they actually manufacture those products. Now let's check their Alexa traffic rank. Okay, never mind. Their global rank is 15 million, not even close to 1 millionth. So we're gonna ignore this competitor. Okay, Go World. Again, let's go to homepage. Sometimes you can look at their title of the homepage. If you follow my mouse, it says Go World Travel, Supplies, Luggage, Electronics, and Adventure Equipment. Sounds like a good competitor. I know this is a plugin for Shopify store. This is definitely an e-commerce business. And let's go to About Us. Launched in May 2017. Really? So that probably means that they don't have a lot of traffic. Verify that by checking the Alexa Global Traffic Rank. Exactly. So they're not even ranked. So I would not worry about it. It's not a well-established business. Okay, so that was actually the first 2 pages. We have only identified one competitor. So that's interesting. Okay, let's continue on the 3rd page. Definitely not AARP. That's not an e-commerce business. It's a magazine. Bye Bye Baby. I don't think that's a luggage store, but let's click on it. Luggage Online. That's interesting. Modo Bag. Samsonite. Obviously, that's a famous brand and manufacturer, so not a competitor. Travel and Leisure. I think that's a magazine. Real Man, Real Style. I don't think that's a luggage e-commerce site, so ignore that. Bunton. That's interesting. TravelerChoice.com. I think that's a brand. I'm pretty sure. Walmart, not a competitor. Right now, I'm on the 4th page already. NBC News, no. Cobalt, Arrow. Actually, that sounds like a brand, but I'm going to open it. Business Insider, that's a news website, I believe. Stack Exchange, definitely not a competitor. But I'm going to Direct Buy. That's probably not a competitor, but I'm going to open it to make sure. Lifehacker is a blog. ETI Had, I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's an Airways. It's an airlines, so I should not have opened it. CBS Local, that's a news organization. Today.com, I believe that's the Today Show. But Bath and Beyond, not a competitor because they sell all kinds of home and garden products. Tumi, we already looked at it. Offerfinder.net, they probably sell more than just luggage. Overstock, a general retailer. Okay, now let's see what we have so far. This is luggagefactory.com, and we're on the home page. Let's first look at their About Us page. This definitely looks like an e-commerce site because they have the cart over here. Let's go to their About Us page. Leading online retailer of luggage, carry-ons, backpacks. So this is definitely a potential competitor, but let's see if they're a top direct competitor. First of all, they say exactly what we want to sell, right? Of course, they have some additional categories like laptop and briefcases, accessories, but that's okay. Most likely, we're going to expand to those categories as well in the future. Now, let's copy the domain name, check the Alexa Global Rank. 304,000. That's below 1 millionth, so that's good. Copy the domain name and the traffic rank and paste it into our worksheet. How about competitiveness score? Again, let's go to their About Us page. So one thing they mentioned, it is made in the USA and they have over 100 years of experience in the luggage industry. I'm going to take their words for it, and definitely that's 2 advantages we have. Made in the USA, over 100 years of experience. They have a phone support line. Wow. They were founded in 1908. They were the 3rd largest manufacturer of luggage in the USA. They are indeed a manufacturer. See, they also sell other luggage brands, not just their own. So in this case, they're really a mix. Really, they're both a manufacturer and an e-commerce business. Should we include this as our top direct competitor? I think yes. Now let's look at other advantages Luggage Factory has. It says it's Bitrate customer certified. Okay, let's bring some trustworthiness into the company, so that's a plus. Circle of Excellence, another one from the same company, Bitrate. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, now let's look at the homepage again. They offer 115% low price guarantee. That's a plus. Free shipping, returns over $99. That's a plus. No sales tax. That's a plus. Of course, all those advantages are not of the same weight. So we just need to use our common sense to decide which ones are more important than others. They have a wish list. Now their website looks well designed, so that's a plus. Okay, now let's actually go to the different navigation options here. And here I would say they have a very large collection of different brands and famous brands. That's definitely a big plus. Just go to anyone, luggage sets. They have a very user-friendly and detailed search filter. Definitely a huge plus. They have different sorting options. They have different viewing options. They also have the comparison feature, very user-friendly. They have user ratings and reviews, also a big advantage. So all these things matter for an e-commerce business. Now I'd like to look at if they have a blog. I search for blog, nothing came up. So let's see if they have any buyer guide, TSA and airlines, checked bags, about us, store directions. Interesting, I just noticed they actually have a local physical store, retail store. That's definitely a big advantage for them. Seems like they might not have a blog. That would be a disadvantage because they're not generating traffic organically. Once we think we have identified all the advantages for this top direct competitor, we can go back and record those in the notes section and give it a score. For Luggage Factory, I would probably give it an 8. It's pretty high because, first of all, they have a very low Alexa global rank. They've been around for over 100 years. They have a local retail store, etc. They're not higher, like 9 or 10, because for one, they don't have a blog. For me, that's a huge disadvantage. I think now you have a pretty good idea about how to identify and evaluate your top direct competitors. Now, what if you can't find 30 top direct competitors? Now, this could happen if your selected niche is too small, but it can also happen if you're just not casting a wide enough net. Here's what you do. 1, don't just look at the first few pages of Google. Stop for keyword only if one of the following happens. You start to see a lot of websites from the countries you do not want to target. You start to see a lot of websites you have already seen before. And you start to see a lot of websites with very high Alexa global rank. And please remember, the higher the rank, the less traffic the website gets. And then 2, try other keywords. For example, if you have identified all the possible top direct competitors for the keyword buy luggage, then try by travel bags or by travel luggage, by travel accessories, by rolling luggage, by carry-on luggage, or by carry-ons, etc. So you get the idea. Now here are a few more tips for step number 1. You do not have to target the US market only. And really, the world is your oyster. And if a niche you're interested in has too much competition in the US, you can check to see if you can target other countries. And here is a pro tip. You can use Google Trends to evaluate how hot a niche is in any country. Let me show you how to do that. This is Google Trends. I'm going to enter luggage. I'm going to select 2004 to present. And this is the worldwide interest over time. So it's pretty consistent. It's usually between 50 to 80, 83. Now let's look at the region. Singapore is number 1. When you look at the question mark here, you can see what the numbers actually mean. Here just explains that the interest here is all relative. Singapore with an interest level of 100 does not mean that there are more people searching for it in Singapore than in the United Kingdom, which has an interest level of 89. It just means that from 2004 and 2017, right now, people are actually searching for luggage the most in 2017 than from all the years before this. And for the United Kingdom, people are not as interested about luggage as sometime in the past when the interest level was 100, but still pretty high for 89 out of 100. Now there is Australia, Ireland, United States. Maybe you can consider targeting Singapore, the United Kingdom, Australia, etc. But of course, we also have to evaluate how big each market is. It might well be the case that Singapore is too small of a market and you may not want to target that. In step 3, we're going to use market analysis to evaluate exactly how big our market is so that we can decide whether it is worthwhile to target a specific country. Step 1D is to select your niche. A niche is a potentially good niche if at least 20% of your top direct competitors we just identified have a competitiveness score of 7 or lower, and you think you have a reasonably good chance of beating them in 2 years. And don't be intimidated by a large product collection or a stunning website. We can achieve a large product collection over time as we scale up our business. And we can easily get a stunning website if we hire a great web designer to help us. But do be intimidated by a large collection of content. For example, if a top direct competitor has a blog with a huge number of blog articles, that's something very hard to beat. And also be intimidated by high quality products, especially if there are name brands. Now that's something that's not easy to achieve as a dropshipping e-commerce business. Also be intimidated by physical retail stores. And that's something that's very hard to do. If you go to the first step in the worksheet and scroll down, you will see my comments to a real client about a potential niche. Unfortunately, I cannot share what the exact niche is, but you can actually read my comments and see the things I will look for when deciding whether a niche is a good niche. Okay guys, before we wrap up step 1, select a niche, I want to spend a few minutes to talk about something very important. One of the biggest reasons over 90% of small businesses failed is because the owners gave up too early, too easily. Once they hit some roadblocks, they threw in the towel. The truth is, building a business is challenging. You're going to face a lot of hurdles along the way. You need a strong will and perseverance to push it through. But can I tell you a secret? Many of those people who failed do have a strong will and a perseverance. Then you might be asking, why did they still fail? It is because they did not pick a business they were passionate about. If you choose a niche you're extremely passionate about, and you have the rare quality of perseverance, there's almost no mountain that's too high for you to climb. Here I need to say a few words about passion. It's a word that is overly used in our society, which has rendered it useless. How do you define passion? Is it something you love to do, or something that brings you happiness? If yes, wouldn't play video games or watching Netflix all day long be many people's passion? Here's what I think is the correct definition of passion. A passion is our life's mission and purpose, for which we're willing to suffer for and sacrifice our time and money for. You're not going to quit when it gets tough and when it becomes too risky, or when you are doubted by others. To illustrate this using my own example, let me share with you what my passion is. Although I love what I do with internet marketing, teaching PPC with Bing ads, and helping my clients build long-term business, my life's true passion is Everlasting Footprint, the startup company I've been working on for the past 2.5 years. It is a digital platform for anyone to curate, preserve, and share life stories. You can create a footprint to tell the life story of a family member or friend in an individual footprint, or document your entire family's history in a family footprint, or share the life stories of a group sharing similar life experiences in a group footprint. I'm putting 2.5 years of my life and 6 figures of my own money into the company. What did I get out of it? Not much so far. I never got paid a penny in addition to putting over $160,000 into the company. I typically work for 14 to 15 hours every day and have missed so many family gatherings and vacations and friends parties. But it's okay. This is what I want and I love to do for the rest of my life. I can't think of a better mission or purpose for me to pursue. Okay, enough bragging about my passion. I hope my point about the importance of picking a business you're passionate about has come through. So it is totally okay if it's going to take you some time to decide what niche you should go after for your e-commerce business. This is supposed to be a process of soul-searching and self-discovery. Take all the time you need to find your passion and niche. That's it for part 1 of my 3-part video course, 10 Steps to Building a 6-Figure e-commerce business in 12 months. Please remember to leave your comment or question below this video to enter a chance to win a 1-hour free coaching session with me. I invite you to check back tomorrow for part 2 of the course. I will talk about step 2 through step 7 of the 10-step process. After step 7, you will have a thorough understanding of your niche, competition, and potential customers. You will also know how much money you can potentially make every year based on my proprietary formula that is proven to be highly accurate. And the best part is you will have your basic Shopify store set up. Thank you for watching and see you in part 2.